Women have low testosterone too, and you can feel a lot better if you increase your testosterone levels.
You're watching the Dr. Jake podcast.
I'm Dr. Jake. I'm an naturopathic medical doctor and integrative physician in Salt Lake City, Utah. On this channel, I share with you how you can heal your body naturally without any harmful drugs or surgery. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. Okay, let's jump into it. Women, you need testosterone and you should get it checked. Yeah, women do need testosterone. Yeah, most people think, oh, women don't need testosterone. It's really a man hormone. And if you're a woman, you're like, I don't really want to increase testosterone. That's going to make me more manly. And that can be further from the truth. I mean, if you take excessive amounts of testosterone, yes, that's going to be the case, but you want a good, healthy testosterone level. So what we want to do to help increase testosterone levels is we want to make sure that women are getting enough sleep. You want to make sure that you're getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And if you're getting less than that, that's really going to affect many things besides just your testosterone, but it's definitely going to affect your testosterone production. We want to help decrease how much stress that we're going through. So whatever you can do to help with that and whatever you figured out that helps with that stress response, meditation, spending time with friends and family, whatever you do to decrease stress, that's a very important thing to help increase your testosterone levels. One big one too is, and what's interesting is you want to decrease your sugar intake. There's research on how much sugar you eat in women and how much testosterone that you're able to make. So you want to decrease how much sugar and help balance out your blood sugar ratios and the inflammatory response that's happening throughout your body that's causing the low testosterone. Also, you want to decrease how much fat you have on your body. Obviously, a woman's going to have a lot more fat on her body than a man. That's just naturally how it is, and that's totally fine to do. But you don't want excessive amounts of fat on your body because that's going to decrease your testosterone that you're making in your body. Also, it's going to affect your estrogen and your progesterone ratios, your whole hormonal makeup when you do have too much fat on your body. So we want to do whatever we can to decrease that fat. Something else that we want to do to increase testosterone in a woman is make sure that you are doing a lot of anaerobic activity, like 2 days a week, that you are doing muscle building exercises. It's not all about just the aerobic activity. You want to make sure you are building the muscle mass. This doesn't mean that you have huge muscles like a man or anything like that. It's just making sure you have good muscle tone, and this will help increase your testosterone levels too. So some of the symptoms that women can experience with this is they could have low libido and they could have decreased concentration and fatigue. This could be all related to having low testosterone. It also can affect your sleep. Also, if you're noticing that you're having a lot more difficulty losing weight like you did before, you're not able to really lose the fat or gain the muscle like you used to, it could be likely related to testosterone levels. So if you have some of these symptoms, you should get your testosterone levels checked. We want to get your testosterone in a good, healthy range, but what we're seeing in the research is having a good, healthy testosterone does improve our brain health. So it helps decrease Alzheimer's, dementia, and also helps improve our cardiovascular health. So those are some of the big ones that, besides just some of the sexual aspects that are good from the testosterone, the psychological effects, and also is very good on are some of the decreases some of the chronic disease things that can happen later on in your life. Let's start with bioidentical testosterone. So bioidentical testosterone is different than testosterone therapy. The reason big difference between the two is really how it's prescribed. Bioidentical prescribing physician is going to make sure your testosterone levels are in a good, healthy range and not too high. And also they're going to give you a testosterone form that's compounded that looks identical to your own testosterone level. There are testosterone clinics that don't necessarily follow bioidentical therapy. So ask these type of questions if you want more bioidentical. So what I do in my office is I like to do a cream or a trophy or a pill. Really, my favorite way is a cream. It's much more absorbable. They're going to get higher levels there when we do a cream-based testosterone. And I like this because you're able to get the even dose every day instead of like an injection or a pellet. When you do an injection, you get a big surge of testosterone and then it decreases, big surge of testosterone and then it decreases. And that's not how your body naturally makes testosterone. It makes a little bit every day. It's not going to make a huge amount and then trickle down. Also a pellet, the only problem with that one, if you get the perfect dose of pellet, awesome, great, it's perfect. But what I noticed is you get really, really high testosterone levels, especially in women when you're doing a pellet, and the only thing you can do about it is surgically taking it out. So I'm more of a fan of the cream base. That's my opinion. There's a lot of doctors out there that are going to debate me on that, but that's my personal opinion on how to prescribe testosterone appropriately for a woman. So my favorite herb to help increase testosterone is ashwagandha. And many of you maybe already taken ashwagandha because it helps with stress. It is fantastic with stress. And that's one thing that it does to help increase testosterone in women is actually decreasing the stress and helping you sleep better at night. Awesome, great. But it also helps actually increase testosterone level in your adrenal glands and make good, healthy testosterone. What's great about ashwagandha, it's not going to make your testosterone too high. So don't get worried about like, oh, shoot, I'm taking ashwagandha. I need to stop that because it's going to make my testosterone way. I don't want a lot of testosterone. I don't want to start getting hair or low voice or acne and things like that. But what it does is it actually just makes a good, healthy level. In the research, we haven't seen it go way too high out of a normal range. So that's what's great about ashwagandha. Another one that's very similar to how ashwagandha works is ginseng. Helps increase testosterone in the adrenal glands. It also is great on decreasing stress. One big thing that's really great about it too is cardiovascular disease and decreased blood flow and nitric oxide are related to low testosterone levels, and ginseng helps improve our cardiovascular health and our blood flow, so there's enough blood flow and oxygen getting into our ovaries and our adrenal glands. Last one that I wanted to talk about herbally is fenugreek. This has been shown to help with increasing testosterone levels too. The big one this is working on is decreasing aromatase enzyme. So we're talking about the fat and how that breaks down the testosterone into estrogen. And there's a lot of aromatase in the fat. So this fenugreek helps block that enzyme, the aromatase enzyme, so you're able to maintain more of your testosterone level throughout your body. Last two things I wanted to talk about are the vitamins. So we want to make sure our vitamin D level is in a good range. On the blood work, I like it to be in 50 to 70 range. So if you're in an area that you're able to get great sun exposure, go out and do that. If you're in an area that doesn't have great sun exposure or you're farther away from the equator, you want to make sure that you are supplementing with vitamin D. That's normally, at least here in the United States, most people should be supplementing vitamin D at about, let's say, November through March, and then making sure they get good sun exposure just outside most of the days. Vitamin D has been shown in the research if you have it in a good healthy range, it's going to help improve your testosterone levels and put your testosterone in a healthy range. Last thing is zinc is needed for testosterone production. So we want to make sure we take enough zinc to help with that. I just wanted to put a little tidbit in there too, is for women especially, is we want to make sure we balance out the estrogen and progesterone ratios. And this is going to help a lot with testosterone production too. So this is what makes it a lot different than a man or a woman, is balancing out these hormonal estrogen or progesterone pathways. A lot of women have way too much estrogen compared to progesterone. And some herbs that I like to do help with that is Vitex and peony and glycyrrhiza are some herbs that can really help balance out the estrogen progesterone ratio and help improve the testosterone makeup. So yeah, if you feel like you do have low testosterone levels, you need to go in and get your labs done to be able to look at your testosterone level. So what you want to do is you want to get a free testosterone ordered and a total. And then you also want to get the estradiol checked, is very important. Total testosterone is you want to make sure that your total for a woman is in the upper range of normal. Many times I like the total to be around 50 to 70. Sometimes that's outside the normal range of what the labs say, but that's really going to be a good, healthy testosterone level is between the 50 to 70 range there. And then you want your free testosterone to be on the upper range of what is considered normal. Your estradiol, you want to make sure that's around at least 30 to 50 on your blood work. If it's up to 100 or 200, it all depends on your cycle or if you're not having periods anymore. So it does vary. And when you're getting it drawn, like let's say you're having a cycle and you get it drawn at early on of your cycle, your estrogen is going to be much higher than if you did it at the end of your cycle. So it all depends there. But in general, at least we want it to be about 30 to 50 to be a good, healthy estrogen level. And if it's closer to 100 and you're still cycling, that's good and healthy also. So a big thing of why they're doing this, if you get your testosterone really high in that range, it is going to give you more sexual desire, higher libido, and maybe increased mood. So that's what it's doing. It's artificially increasing that. It's not putting your body in a natural state, but it will improve these things. So if a woman their main focus is to do that, you might want it, even though I see really good effects having a 50, 70, but sometimes women need to get it into 200 range to go to get that effect. But there are mild effects that come from having a high testosterone. Your voice many times will start getting lower. You will start maybe losing some hair. You will start getting acne, and you'll start growing hair on your face or other areas where you don't want it. So those are the mild effects that can happen when you do have your testosterone that high. Does that happen in every woman? No. I know women that are doing that have no mild effects whatsoever and feel great. We haven't done enough research to see what are the long-term health detriments that occur from doing high doses of testosterone like that. Does it affect our cardiovascular health or brain health or whatever like that? Only research we have is having it in a good, healthy upper range, but having it at that level, who knows what's going to really happen. But one of my concerns that could happen is it could make your blood thicker, increase your red blood cell levels, which then increases your potential risk of clots. I haven't necessarily checked that a lot with women that have the high testosterone levels, so I wouldn't freak out too much about it, but it is something that I would monitor. And I do that in my clinic for women that are taking high testosterone, make sure that their blood's not getting too thick. If you want to learn more about testosterone and how to treat it, click my videos to the right. I'm Dr. Jake, and I'll see you there.